Hi guys, welcome back to another Freedom vlog. This is episode number 51. We have surpassed 50. Felt like forever getting there, but at the same time, it felt like it was like that. Today I am here with CJ. He is our investor relations with Freedom Capital Investments, otherwise known as FCI for short. You all know we like to do abbreviations here. So if you hear that at all throughout the video, we are referring to Freedom Capital Investments, which is one of our sister companies in the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies. CJ, do you want to go ahead and do any kind of introduction to yourself, or do you just want me to go ahead and get started with the questions?
Yeah. So, hey, you guys, my name is CJ. I do investor relations, kind of talking to investors on how to, answer any questions around what we do here at Freedom Real Estate, as well as like what is the best way for them to invest their capital, right? So we have people who are interested in buying turnkey companies, which is what we are at our core. But we also have people who want to lend us money or do private money lending and earn a certain interest percentage, or do syndication, which is our longer term investing, which can produce higher returns and tax advantages there as well.
Perfect. Okay. So you kind of answered a couple of my questions there is what exactly do you do in FCI? So now my next question is, how did you get started in your role and with the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I am an investor as well here in Dayton. And, I've bought some small multifamilies and was just trying to get connected to more investors because I was kind of doing it on my own. And I went to one of the events that Danny sponsored here in Dayton, right? So it was just a talk with some different investors. I was trying to, put myself out there, didn't really know anyone. I'm trying not to make too many mistakes along the way. And it came up that she needed some help. So I have a finance background. I'm also, I'm doing it as an investor. And it just worked out well that I could understand and kind of relate to the investors on what they're trying to do and accomplish. And yeah, it was a perfect fit, I think. And yeah, I was hired within a couple weeks and we've been rolling ever since. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I did not know all of that was how you got started. I actually thought
Yeah.
Danny probably posted a job ad of some sorts and you responded to it. So it's
Yeah, she
crazy
put it
how.
on a Facebook group, and I'd known that was it, like a possibility, but I really kind of came in, and I just really like Danny and Flip. I think they're good, honest people. They're trying to help. They do a lot for the Dayton investing community,
Mhm.
and this just the role or what this has become fits perfectly with my interests.
Yeah, absolutely. I know in previous vlog episodes as well, excuse me, we've talked about how many people in our office, or even I know like Tina, she isn't physically here in Dayton, she's in Georgia, but a lot of people in our companies are investors themselves. So they
Mhm.
have a bit of background and they understand that point of view. And I think that really pushes us aside from some other providers because we are in the industry ourselves and we know how it works, we know how it goes, so we can relate to other investors on a much deeper level, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm actually with the I'm haven't been too happy with my property management, so I'm actually trying out independence property management with one of a recent purchase,
Mhm.
and we just are finishing the rehab for Bulldog renovation. So it's cool that I can kind of speak to, right? People want to know, well, what's the interest percentage?
Mhm.
What's the communication like? And I have experienced that firsthand, which I think helps relate to the investor, and makes them feel at ease that if I'm willing to use the product or the service, that it would be good for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. That kind of goes into my next question on have you always wanted to be in the real estate industry and how did you get started in that?
Yeah, so growing up, I've always been a math guy, like numbers. I went to Ohio State for a finance degree. And thereafter, I think I had a lot of interest in personal finance.
Mhm.
And if you kind of go down that whole financial independence, train, you run into a lot of people who were interested or invested in real estate.
Mhm.
And just from continuing to read podcasts, blogs, books, it just seemed like a natural progression. And so these last 3 or so years, I started purchasing some rental properties here in Dayton because of the affordability and just being somewhat familiar with the area. And
Mhm.
it's just grown. Now it's where I spend all my time. I'm focused. I really enjoy it. I think there's a lot of financial benefit that anyone can obtain from it. And yeah, that's kind of how it's progressed. Definitely not always. When I was a young kid, I didn't imagine myself getting into this, but I
Mhm.
really am interested and really enjoy it.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I always love hearing everyone's backgrounds and how they got started in the industry. Everyone kind of, it's always different how they got started. I kind of grew
Yeah.
up in it. So I've pretty much have always been around it and always knew that it was something that I wanted to do once I became an adult as well. Um, so, I went to school for business so I could learn a little bit more of that um, financial wise and smart business moves, things like that.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So changing it up a little bit, in your free time, what do you like to do?
Yeah. So I used to, or I, worked right out of college as a financial consultant. So working for a lot of the big Fortune 500 companies, traveling every week to their headquarters and helping them with different software, financial software implementation projects. And with that, it was awesome because right out of university, I got to travel so much and really enjoyed that. So I think these last 5, 6 years, I've average 25 plus states a year, and really, try to maximize whenever I'm traveling to just go explore new places.
Mhm.
A big thing for me is skiing. So I'm right now trying to plan out our ski weekend trips, have plans to go to Big Sky, Salt Lake City as well as Denver for Winter Park. I have the Icon Pass, so that's something I really enjoy and try to always make a couple trips each winter. And yeah, I've gotten into cycling recently, so that's my new hobby. I actually just bike rode from Chicago to Milwaukee, so it was about 100
Wow.
miles. So that was a good. It was a hard all day event, but it
Yeah.
was it was also a lot of fun with one of my friends. So yeah, those are a couple things. And like I said, I know it sounds nerdy maybe, but in my free time I devour a lot of real estate and personal finance content,
Mhm.
and that's something that I enjoy as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that shows a lot though that, what people choose to do in their free time shows and speaks a lot to who they are as a person. I know I've recently started a little kind of like side hustle as well. Not with real estate, not quite yet, but more so with like an e-commerce, like an Etsy shop type thing.
Wow, love
Um,
it.
so it definitely, it's a lot of hustle. But it's good because it just, like I said, it shows where you want to be one day and how you want to grow. And
I agree.
hopefully, the growth from that Etsy shop will lead me into a turnkey property in the near future. Hopefully, that's the
Yeah,
goal
I
at
love it.
least. But snowboard or skiing, my significant other Cole, he likes to snowboard, and the past 3 years, they have done like a guys trip to Keystone every year.
Okay,
They've
cool.
gone there for a weekend, trying to convince them, the guys, to take the girls this year. I
Yes,
have
I am
never
actually
been,
doing the
but
same thing. We've every year we've done at least a couple trips, and
Mhm.
this year I think the majority finally have significant others,
Yeah,
so they're pushing for that trip. So we're planning to go to Winter Park and
yeah,
out in Denver. Yeah,
yeah,
so it
that'll
should
be
be good.
awesome. We'll see what happens. I've never been skiing or snowboarding. I've never even been tubing, but we'll see what
Yeah,
happens. It should be
yeah, you should
interesting.
try, like, even it's not as big of mountains, but you should try here in Ohio, right? Going to like Mad River or
Hmm.
something, just so you can do lessons where it's cheaper and then actually
Right.
enjoy your time out there. But that's awesome. I'm gonna have to ask you more about your e-commerce store and how that's going. I'm interested in it. But yeah, I
Of
agree. Like I
course.
think people who are doing side hustles are some of the most motivated people, and some of the people that I think have seen the most success both in their main career, but they always seem to have something else they're working towards. And I think
Mhm.
it's just that mentality of trying to continually get better.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% with you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's what our investors are too, right? I mean,
Mhm.
most of our investors have day jobs, and they realize that maybe they can't spend 100% of their time doing real estate investments, right? And that's why they come to
Mhm.
us for people who can help either manage their properties if they're purchasing a turnkey,
Yep.
or manage their money by putting their capital to work into our real estate deals that we are actively managing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was just about to say. So you hit it right on the nail there. Great minds think alike.
There you go.
All right. This is a little fun question I always like to ask. I always like to see what people say back to it. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
Wow. Okay. Hmm. Initially, off the bat, I would say the ability to fly, maybe, right?
Hmm.
So I feel like a lot of superheroes can fly, and just I love the idea of being able to get up and go wherever I want. Maybe I need to become a pilot or something like that so I can have that
Mm-hmm.
availability. But yeah, that's probably what I would go with.
Yeah, especially with all that traveling, that could come in handy.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple trips coming up here, so it would be nice.
Oh, great. This is a little off topic. What is your favorite place you visited?
Wow. Um, in I would say in the U.S., I really enjoy Austin, Texas. I think it's just like a great outdoor community. People are, kayaking on the river, going on runs, good weather, just like a very fun vibe, and it's really blowing up right now. Internationally, I would probably say Singapore. It was
Mm.
just an awesome city, very unique. Great food and just like such an international community. And I just really enjoyed my time there when I visited. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is
Yeah.
awesome. I love doing these because I always learn so much about everyone. I kind of get like the upper hand
Yeah.
because a lot of people, get to know a lot about a person or about the people that I work with before a lot of other people. And so we'll be like in the office talking, be like, oh yeah, like CJ also does that, or CJ's interested in that. And they'll be like, how do you know? I was like, oh, because
Yeah.
I did their vlog interview.
There you
They're
go.
always
I know
fun.
we need it. We should mandate that everyone listens to every podcast that comes out so they can learn about their teammates.
Oh, I encourage everyone. I'm like, guys, listen to this. Like even our other ones, like they're amazing and they hold so much valuable content. I have learned so much because I do all the editing for every single
Yeah.
podcast and vlog. So I learn a lot just from listening and editing. And then of course also sitting in on a few here and there and get to learn more. So it's been a
Yeah.
great experience and amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
All
For
right.
sure.
Well, I don't have anything else to add. Do you have any final notes that you want to add or anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I think I'd just say, please feel free to reach out, whether that's via text, phone, my Calendly link, if we can maybe attach that in, like schedule a meeting with me and we can see how we can be helpful to you, right? The three main ways we can put your capital to work is via our turnkey business, buying an actual investment property, or you could help fund those purchases and earn interest of 6 to 12%, or otherwise kind of go into our syndication opportunities, which are a little bit longer term, but provide better returns as well. So yeah, I'm happy to help. I love walking through people's like personal finance journey and trying to see how freedom can help them with that.
Beautiful. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that is all that we have for you today. I'm sure that we will be having a follow up episode on our podcast, Real Talk with CJ, in the near future. CJ, I don't know if you know about that at all. Maybe a sneak peek for you as well. But I'm sure this is not the last that you guys will see of him. We always like to end this with invest smart.
Live happy.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Take care.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific personal or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.